Alright folks, welcome back to the Steel Series Chicago Dota 2 Open held at Ignite Gaming Lounge, sponsored by Ignite, Dust Off, Steel Series, and, well, now I'm missing another one. Merlini Dota, yes. Can't believe I forgot that. So we are going to watch another round 1 winners bracket game. So the first set of games were sort of the top half of the upper bracket. Second half of games, the bottom half of the upper bracket. We're going to be converging towards basically 6 teams today, Saturday. And then we'll do the top 6, basically, the last couple rounds of the winners bracket, last couple rounds of the losers bracket, and the finals tomorrow, along with the 1v1 Merlini challenge. So all that will be on this stream. But here we're going up into round 1 action. Killed Secured Dota, KS Dota, versus You Mad, which initially I thought was just a Twitch reference, but it's actually referring to the fact that the entire team is from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. So that's a neat little pun that they're doing there. Anyway, I'm Vickermond. For the second game, we actually have stats and a co-caster, so our production value is ramping up immeasurably. By the end of today, we'll probably have a live TV crew parked outside of the Ignite Gaming Lounge. Anyway, so we got our stats are going to be provided by Tweak, so he's just joining on for this game, and the co-casting with me for the second game will be Altered States Captain Novocaine. How you doing, man?
Good. Finally in sync with you for this game, so...
Yeah, for the last game, I know that you actually didn't get into the lobby because I forgot to tell you to join the lobby, and I felt really bad because you were always like 2 minutes behind.
It's alright, but this draft, and actually, so this is Splitwad from NA Dota, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, yeah, it's the Spitwad. So we came over. Originally, I think they were going to have like a formal like NA Dota team. But there's a few NA Dota people at the event, and they're all spread out over multiple teams in the end. So Spitwad is on UMAD, and there's I think Grand Grant is here too.
Man, I really missed out, man. But that actually means, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they're pretty skilled players. So
yeah, I think this is I mean, I know Spitwad's good. I haven't actually pubbed with any of these guys except for like betas and stuff, but so I'm not sure. But I assume they're pretty good. I do know that I did see Grand Grant at TI3. I think he came to Seattle without a ticket, and within 10-ish minutes of arriving, he had gotten a VIP pass. So that's the power. That's the Walmart power right there.
That celebrity.
I know, man. It's serious. It's serious shit. He got a VIP pass faster than I did, and I was like, damn it, Grand Grant. It's too good. NA Dota tactics too strong. All right, so what do you think about these drafts? These are definitely pretty... post-TI3 drafts, the super early
Yeah,
visage.
I'm actually surprised. Yeah. Super early visage, OD first ban obviously, but the Wisp and Weaver are also pretty interesting.
Do you think this is going to be, like, the current way that teams are drafting is going to be pretty stable until there's another content patch? Or do you think it's, for now, it's just sort of like monkey see, monkey do? We saw teams do it this at TI3, and people are going to find, like, more characteristic drafts.
What I'm seeing in our games, and I guess like kind of even at TI3, it's like this clash between kind of what UMAD is drafting right now, which is like a lot of fighting, like early game damage, versus like the big 5-man ultis, and it's like I think there's a dichotomy between those two styles, and like the ones, I mean, they both have equal chances of winning, I think. But I think this new style developed kind of to counter that, the 5-man, the Magnus, the Enigma, Darkseer combo.
Sure. I mean, we could definitely see a lot of... I mean, when you take the Darkseer first, it is like a sign that your draft is going to be taking advantage of, vac wall. You want to add more ultimates on like that. And
I'm hoping to see a Jakiro. I love that synergy.
And they didn't ban it. I'm actually somewhat surprised. I thought that UMAD would drop the Jakiro because that is such a strong, really easy to pull off combo too. Because you can just set and forget the ice.
Yeah, that's just like almost like an RP if you can land it right.
So yeah, I think KS Dota might go that way. One of the things that I did think that interplay was really interesting at TI3. Whenever a team would sort of take Darkseer and go into that sort of ultimate direction versus the super greedy, just multiple farmers, not as much of a clashing, but
like Tricore, like really hard to kill heroes was kind of like the theme.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, and I mean, it wasn't surprising in that respect that Alliance won because that's what they've been doing for like a year.
I think that's so impressive from them was that they were predictable as hell like in their drafting, but no one could had figured out how to beat them yet.
Yeah,
So.
they had their strategy. They're like they changed the heroes a lot, but the strategy was basically always the same.
Yeah.
Only a couple of games did they do anything different. Like they had maybe a
Only the
PL
Wisp
game or
games,
two.
yeah, or yeah, that too. But
And,
they do draft Wisp a lot.
yeah.
Relatively.
But yeah, so here, KS Dota, the trap you can fall into sometimes with this ultimate-based play is if the other team gets farmed enough heroes, yeah, there's the Jakiro, so
Yeah.
I think you predicted that they would probably go for that. Jakiro's actually cool because I mean, Ice Path is on a really low CD, and even Macropyre, his ultimate is it 55 seconds? 60 seconds, so...
Yeah, I do, that's why I do prefer the Darkseer Jakiro. I'm a huge Magnus player myself, so but Darkseer Jakiro is like such a lower cooldown and so more like bigger room for error almost.
Yeah, definitely. You can lose that fight and still be good to go as soon as your wall. Not even, you don't even need your wall all the time. Yeah.
Exactly. Even the wall is just relatively short cooldown too.
One thing that I'd like to see from KS Dota's lineup is like I really like all the heroes they picked so far. I think the one thing they need is like a lifestealer delivery vehicle, like a puck or something would be really good.
Agreed. Surge isn't very reliable, and they need. I'm surprised there wasn't a Quap or Stormband from UMAD.
Yeah, they take out the Nature's Prophet. I know this is a hero that a lot of people really hate right now.
Yeah, I absolutely hate that. I love playing the hero. I hate playing against it. It's just one of those heroes.
I mean, it's certainly a hero that made an enormous impact in TI3. Shadow Demon.
That synergy, yeah.
So this is pretty interesting combo here. I mean, Shadow Demon has trouble dealing the initial damage for Visage to follow up, but it does keep people in place. It sets up your unstable concoctions really well. If you're later on, you can actually, if your Alchemist is in Chemical Rage, you just disrupt him, and it's not as good as an anti-mage disruption, but it's definitely a pretty powerful pushing and fighting tool.
I like it. This is a trap that I fall into sometimes because I like Shadow Demon based like lineups like that, but the disruption isn't a real disable, and that you can't hit the person. So right now, their only actual stun is the Alchemist stun, barring an amazing Visage, you know.
Hook shot, I guess, but
hook shot too.
Yeah, their ults are a lot of their stuns, and they have the pseudo disable, like you said, on the disruption. They've got the hard disable on unstable concoction, but after laning phase, when this is really effective, you have a lot more trouble actually locking down. Somebody like a Lifestealer is gonna, I guess Clock is their main idea against
there's the Storm.
Okay, so that's the puck alternative. It's a little more explosive, but lacks that AoE silence that's really strong, but...
I think that's a great pick given the type of disable they have. I think that Concoction's super easily
jukeable with the ball lightning.
And they banned Bane and Rubik, which are good counters to him. So that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, that's actually you're right. This is a pretty strong draft. Are you familiar with these guys, the KS guys?
I know Magnus. I've played with him a couple times. Other than that,
is he Chicago? Are these Chicago?
I believe so. I mean, he is. I mean, everyone there, to some extent, are considering themselves Chicago Dota. But
I like this puck ban. This is so now that they have the Storm, they obviously don't also need puck. And Storm is a hero who's amazing if he has a really if he can get a solid laning phase going. I think you don't have any issues. But certain heroes, like if you give puck the null and then pull him some regen. You can really make... Yeah, okay. So it's DK for the mid, and that's a fine matchup for Storm. There's really no way that DK can kill Storm.
Sure. I like the DK pickup, though. That's what I was hoping for them. Was a stun that they could actually have for Alchemist to beat on somebody with.
That's true.
And that's the one.
And once you pick up DK Shadowblade, it's just like...
Yeah.
People at TI3 were calling it...
wow.
Man. Huh.
Interesting.
Time, I guess?
So it is kind of wombo combo, but
yeah, they take a sideline into the wombo combo at the end. So the fact is, this Tidehunter is probably not being played in a core role, so it's not quite as desperately critical that they land Ravages, because honestly, they won't even have Ravage until like the 11-minute mark.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm not a fan of Tri-Lane Tidehunter.
Yeah,
because of that discrepancy in levels, and
I guess maybe... I mean, it does give them some D-armor. So they land the Gush. It can definitely set up Lifestealer to maybe try to score some kills in the laning phase. Do you think this is going to be a 3 versus 3, or are they just going to be facing up against the Clockwork?
I would not.
10 seconds.
I think UMAD could afford to go aggressive against this and actually do very well and have a safe lane Clockwork, or even mid Clockwork safe lane DK.
Yeah. Probably Clock versus Darkseer is a better matchup than Dragon.
But yeah, but then again, none of their solos could really solo against Darkseer very well. So
Sure.
probably going to see a defensive tri-lane with off-lane Clock.
Yeah.
But the Clock's actually going to have a great time. They're not going to be able to kill him, I don't think.
The Tide Lifestealer Jakiro lane? You don't think that
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because of
if
cogs?
he plays it, yes.
Yeah.
If he plays it correctly.
Sure. Alright, well, let's introduce the teams. On KS, Kill Steal Dota, we've got Magnus T up on the Lifestealer. He's going to be joined in the tri-lane by Swizzlenuts on the Jakiro, and No Condom on the Tidehunter, with Ding's going to be up in the middle on that Storm Spirit, and who am I missing? BBLG, it looks like maybe Jungle Darkseer, but it could also be Solo Lane Darkseer.
And over on UMAD side, we have Strelok, the StarCraft 2 Pro on Visage.
Is it actually the StarCraft 2 Pro?
It's not actually him, but it's
Okay.
his namesake, apparently.
Yeah.
Jahordon on the Alchemist, Imaner on the Shadow Demon. We have NA Dota's on Spitwad on the DK mid with a Quelling Blade first, looks like Bottle Rush, and then
Yeah.
GNE on the Clockwork offlane. They wouldn't let me pick SF.
SF Storm is not the easiest
Yeah.
matchup. If they can rotate. Tide Roam is pretty strong and can really screw you over as SF. So actually, probably DK is gonna have a much better time.
Yeah, I don't think the Radiant's support combo can actually kill DK, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough to kill DK. I actually think that killing SF wouldn't have been a problem. So even though
SF
Spitwad wanted to be manly, he just
Yeah.
wants to show off his skills for the stream.
I'd rather just see a better thought out draft, but that's just me. Yeah, that's actually I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to comment, but sometimes one of the teams is on a 4x3 monitor, and the other team is not. They're on a 16, on a whatever it is, 16 by 9.
16 by 9, the widescreen.
Yeah, yeah. And that's something that we experienced personally, but
Yeah, that can be rough.
just kind of matter of circumstance.
I think by
Yeah.
the later rounds, though, everybody's with widescreen, right? Or at least
Um,
balanced. No?
Wasn't for us.
Oh.
Towards even our last two sets of the finals games, we were on 4x3s.
Ooh, brutal.
Actually, no. I think the finals were on live stream, but the ones before that. But either way, it
I
doesn't
think
matter.
finals. Well, people said that they were widescreen versus widescreen, but I don't know. You'd know.
It doesn't matter. I don't think it's. I actually kind of like 4x3. It was a neat adjustment. But
Yeah. Yeah, I mean something. That, oh, whoa, stats pop up, but I think it either is off screen or he accidentally broadcasted a blank one. But we'll figure that out in a second. We are gonna have serious production value this game. We're gonna have Tweak doing stats, give him the hookup for the Dat Dota. That should be fun. Look at some statistics, not for the teams, but more for like the heroes. The
yeah, I want to see like Tidehunter.
Yeah, Tidehunter
Dark
is
Seer.
a hero that hasn't been.
It's like
We saw him
TI2
played at TI3 a bit. Yeah, he's definitely TI2 meta. Like TI2 is played all over the place.
Yeah, we saw him mid with like LGD running him like as a core middle.
Yeah,
I don't think it ever turned out well for
ran a
him.
mid in a game. It went really badly.
Just-
We did
oh,
see
that's-
him win a game though. He's amazing against Weaver. Like there was a game which they ran him off lane against solo safe Weaver. So I can't remember what the teams were, but it was Radiant solo safe Tide against Dire solo safe. Sorry, Radiant solo hard Tide against Dire solo safe Weaver. And especially if you get pulled sentries, but even if you don't, you can actually crap all over Weaver because his range is so bad. You just walk behind the wave, spam anchor smash, and he has no damage. And then when you get Ravage, it's an insta kill basically.
Huh.
Because Weaver can't, like, you could just blind Ravage and it'll still hit him. You don't need to see him. And then the Ravage wastes so much time that he runs out of Shukachi and you just gush and kill him.
Yeah, that's how spammable
Yeah.
anchor smashes.
It just
The minus
depends. It's
damage
really
really
tough
hurts.
to, like, you run into the issue a lot. Like, Orange ran a mid and he got fine farm, but then you have, a farm Tide and...
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like it's not. He's one of those heroes, I think, and I don't know. the game is getting further away. I think as time goes on from those big team fights, it's getting more aggressive. It's more.
Yeah, I've
are better at dodging them. So
why do you think that is? Why do you think the game is moving away from these big team fights? Is it just well, actually, go ahead.
I think it's because of maybe people fear the fact that a entire tournament game, or would be reliant on one spell, and they'd rather have more spammable, like reliable stunts. I think that's why DK became huge. I think that's why.
Yeah, DK has a Beastmaster ult on 9-second CD.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like that's just absurd.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, it makes so much sense, and I think that's probably maybe it'll swing back after people keep getting greedy to a certain point, and then it'll switch back to being, huge team fight ultimates. But we'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, so tied 7 times at TI3, 3 and 4. That's actually a pretty respectable record. There were definitely heroes picked, some pocket picks that did even worse than that. So that's about even. Not a terrible record, but not amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, if you have a really long CD ultimate like Ravage, it's 2.5 minutes. Against a team that picks multiple core farmers, like for instance, UMAD's team here with the Alchemist who's going to farm, the DK who's going to farm, once they're big enough, they can lose the fight to your Ravage or like draw and just get right back up and just crush you before you get the CD.
I think that's also why what you're saying is correct, that the Tricore is getting much more popular.
I think in like a 4 protect 1 meta, you win one big fight, like you can get a lot from that. But when they have 3 farmers, even if only one of them buys back, it's like, well, shit. Like, what do we do for the next 2 minutes? Yeah. I don't know. But we'll have to keep an eye on this mid lane because it's got our biggest celebrity in the game.
DK is owning. This Quelling Blade was like new meta. I made fun of it kind of.
Yeah, Quelling for mid DK is fairly unusual, but it does let him. One of the nice things is if he doesn't have to auto attack as much, he can just come in and out. He'll dodge a lot of these static remnants. Like, he hasn't gotten hit by one of them, I don't think, just yet. Yeah. So Spitwad, actually 2 for 3 in this lane. That's pretty sick. He's doing well, and Alchemist, of course, doing fantastically against BBLG in the top as well. What's your take on these lanes? Who's going to come out of the laning phase looking better?
I think Dire needs to kill this Darkseer. I think that should be an easy kill. That's my opinion, but...
He does have haste, so he didn't take Ion first. He went Surge first, which is probably smart if you're worried about dying.
That is true. Actually, I would have been greedy, but that's me.
We see Ion a lot sometimes, and I'm sometimes confused because against a team like this, Ion first is instant death. But
people do it in pubs, and I think that's just like, I think pro players do that sometimes. I see it like in their play.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I'm like, that doesn't seem like a good decision, but I'll trust. And it ends up not working out.
I guess it's just a calculation of how dangerous the lane is.
Yeah, and again, people just, the game is getting greedier and greedier.
Oh yeah, definitely. Interesting that KS they didn't give BBLG any wards to work with, so he hasn't been able to block this camp. It's gonna suck. With no Ion, he has to make sure that he gets enough XP to at least get the rank 1 of Ion. Because once you do, as Darkseer, you don't really worry about this pull as much, because you can steal some of the last hits from it, and you can clear it out really quickly. But until he gets that, if they could just keep him off and keep him level 1, even if they can't kill Darkseer, he's going to be really, really under-leveled in this lane.
Sure. And I like Spitwad's decision to put an extra point here into Dragon Blood before.
They're going to get a perfect timing on the Unstable Concoction. Soulcatcher gets
he's self-stunned!
He self-stuns, but that's actually... Is it still bugged? I think it is.
Yeah, where it does double damage.
Yeah.
About it. That was... Yeah. Yeah, I guess we just saw it in action right there.
Yeah.
It did a lot of damage.
I don't think he meant to self-stun, but it actually worked out great because it was
I kind of like that mechanic. I think they should keep it.
I love that mechanic. There was a sick thing at TI3 when somebody self-stunned.
It actually happened.
Yeah. He one-shot Vost on Weaver.
Killed Havos, yeah. I think he killed Havos on the Weaver, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's, I don't know, one of those Dota 2 things, maybe we'll leave it in there.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I don't mind it being in, yeah.
So it's a risk reward, because if you stun yourself...
Yeah, you take a ton of
stunning yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, so UMAD picks up the first blood. That was a really well-timed disruption. I guess it could have been like a half second earlier, but it was still really, really good. And they pretty much the perfect combo you want. Let the Alchemist stun run a little bit. Bait out haste if you can. They're going to go for it again. They will land the disruption, I think. Wow, the timing is so practiced.
Timing. That was unbelievable. Right after he cast... He's stuck in the trees anyway.
Yeah.
He's trapped between the illusions. That was a great kill.
That's really, really well done by Amoner and Jehorton here. I wonder how much they've practiced this, because the timing is, like, nearly perfect. They're baiting out that surge. It's so good.
Very hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I was wrong. I said Darkseer probably would be able to survive this lane, but they're just... The timing is so efficient from UMAD on those disables that it's really caused... I mean, it's given them 2 kills already, the first blood and the second one. Who actually got credited for them?
First one to
Visage and SD, yeah.
But Darkseer making the correct decision and going into the jungle now, which is uncontested free farm for this Alchemist.
Yeah, I mean that, and Jehorton is going the
I like his
more
build
standard
better.
build. Yeah, greed, and concoction. So Darkseer, he'll be able to find his levels. I think he'll be able to catch up in this jungle, and it's really hard to just completely shut down a Darkseer because he always has this option of jungling. But...
Yes, and Radiant Charlie not doing equally as well to zone out Clockwork, like I mentioned.
He actually still has, I think, all of his regen.
Yeah, that's actually incredible.
That's really sick. I don't. This wasn't pool. I think he may have been pooled one set, but still, GNE doing an amazing job. He actually even has some last hits. Oh, but there's the ice bath. There's the Jakiro slow as well as
he just used cogs. He's out of mana too.
Oh yeah, he's in a bit of trouble. He does have mana enough for 1 more cogs, and they decide not to chase him under tower. And GNE surviving actually.
First self.
He's probably okay. He has no mana left at all because he threw out that rocket flare, but he is under tower. So level 5 Clockwork versus level 3 Darkseer. Is that going to be a problem for Chaos later?
I believe so. With the way that, I mean, everyone's getting levels. DK is leading the CS somehow.
Yeah, what's going on with this? Actually, Spitwadden maybe a bit of trouble. No, Ding isn't actually. He is level 6, but he doesn't want to commit.
He's playing
to
pretty greedy with this build here, not getting a level and stun though.
Yeah. Oh wow, no Dragon Tail.
Yeah,
so yeah, pure laning,
I do this sometimes.
laning based mod.
But it's paying off. We'll probably level it right before. But then you kind of want level 7 dragon or level 4 Dragon Breath right away.
Yeah, level 7's it's gonna be hard for him to justify. I bet he does take level 4.
Or wait till level 8 to gank. That's what I would do probably.
Yeah, level 8 stun and then go ganking. Probably could be good.
6-minute minus.
So yeah, UMAD, I mean, they chased the dragon, the Darkseer off the lane, and now they're immediately parlaying that into quick Midas for Alchemist, and this is going to be tough to deal with. I mean, Magnus is laning very well on this Lifestealer. He's actually going Midas as well. He's done with it. Okay, so actually their Midases come within 20 seconds of each other. Does this favor Alk, though?
I think it does favor Alk, and this is one of my personal philosophies. Is just I think Lifestealer is just a better fighter than a farmer, but...
Yeah.
I would rather see phase drums from this Lifestealer first, because I think they have to kill this Alchemist repeatedly.
Yeah, you would like to see KS do like a more clashing, like fighting this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the wrong decision. We'll see how it pans out.
Yeah.
This game go either way.
It's definitely tough to, when you have such a free lane to farm in as Lifestealer has had, like even with Clockwork doing a bit. Actually, Spitwa, no, there's not enough mana on KS to actually pick him off. That DK regen is just so good for sustaining.
Yeah,
like
I think he's going to wait till level 8, hopefully get a gank in then.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Spitwad has had a monster lane here. For DK to be at the exact same amount of last hits as Storm, I wonder if it's the Quelling Blade, if that's a secret
I really think it is, somehow.
He pops the ultimate, so I wonder if he's not going to try to push a bit, because I don't think this is going to give him a kill. There's no mana. But maybe he can push into the tower and get some...
He did get his bottle back just now, so we'll see.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does have mana from the bottle. But he kind of gave it away by using the ult, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's... I understand why. He probably just wants to get as many uses of this ultimate as possible.
Yeah.
So he's using it as soon as he...
It's so good. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if Spitwad goes for it. There's the Breathe Fire. He does have enough mana for the tail, but Ding is very, like, still has a ton of health. It's going to be really tough for DK without...
Just getting a couple shots on this tower should be worth it, but he's choosing not to.
Meanwhile, no condom, going to take a very long stun. They actually get the Soul Catcher just before it, and that'll be Tidehunter dead
that's
without
2 kills.
Anchor Smash, and BBLG in trouble as well. Soul Assumption. There's the Grave Chill. 4 seconds still on his Surge, but they'll let him go. They decide not to dive the tower. But 3-0 still the scoreline in favor of UMAD, and really nothing KS can do to disrupt this tri-lane. They tried sending Tide up. That doesn't seem to have worked.
Yeah, I really think just seeing the Shadow Demon Alchemist should have just been a key sign to just give up the off lane.
Yeah.
That's just too dangerous.
Spitwad, he's diving. Ding is in a lot of trouble. Dragon Tail, he doesn't have mana for the breathe. He does, he uses it. Sick. Spitwad. He's ruling this game, kinda. Winning that mid lane against Storm, not even an easy task.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's sick. I mean, he had some luck with runes. I think Storm didn't even really go for the runes at all. I think DK got every single rune so far.
I just find that so hard to believe. Like, Storm should be able to push the lane so much faster.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Spam breathe fire. He's been bottle crowing a lot more than Storm has. And then,
but to bottle crow and have rune control is like that's pretty unheard of.
It's a pretty dominant performance from an Dota zone.
Absolutely.
It's really strong. I mean, and honestly, it's because they did go clockwork. So they didn't go the full like alliance style tricore. They went just the dual core. Yeah. They need to make sure both DK and Alk find farm, and so far that's gone amazing.
Is out farming this jungle Dexter too, which is also
that's sick.
They're all getting treads. They're all just getting tanky items. No one's getting phase.
Yeah, good call.
I think that's a good decision.
Yeah, that's actually kind of surprising, but it makes a lot of sense. I mean, gives them attack speed too, especially for DK and Alk. That can be a pretty big deal.
It might come back when it comes to chasing Lifestealer later on, but
maybe. I mean, if Alka and DK both go Shadowblade, that'll make up for the treads.
Absolutely. Yeah, actually, dual Shadowblade would be, I think, ideal. Yeah. This Lifestealer needs to use his minus.
Yeah, I was actually just looking at that. He'll probably... maybe he's waiting to jungle with it. That's gotta be what it is, because I don't know why he's not.
Oh, I can see your camera on the minimap, I forgot.
Yeah, you can see like a faint like ghost outline of the other guy's camera. Spitwad in a lot of trouble though, Ding diving on him, but they don't feel comfortable going under tower. Yeah, the Strelok TP just chases all of KS off, and they don't manage to find their first
level
kill.
Level 3 Dragon Blood, like that's 9 armor.
Yeah, he's got 15 armor right now, plus the 6 health regen. It's tough to bring him down.
Adds so much effective HP.
Yeah.
So
Tidehunter should be able to counteract that somewhat, but he's only level 4. He doesn't have that rank 2 gush, so it's only 2 armor reduction.
Stormster finally with his treads. I don't know what you go. I think you have to rush a BKB this game as him, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough.
Oh, offensive blink. That might have been a mistake.
Wow, he's in trouble. Ball lightning's out. Spitwad up in the front, but KS just have to walk off. No mana on Tide, no mana basically on Jakiro, and definitely Storm has to back off. And yeah, KS just can't find opportunities. If you're their team right now, do you slow it down and try to get Darkseer back into the game, or do you start bringing Lifestealer in? What do you do?
I actually think, I think Lifestealer should grab a Bracer, and they should just go for an Infest Bomb right now.
Yeah.
Just on anybody.
Storm can carry him, so yeah. Maybe they could try to start Infest Bombing. Pretty much anybody except Spitwad should be pretty easy to bring down.
There's a smoke in the middle. They're going to go into the jungle. And BKB first from Dragon Knight.
Interesting. Yeah, definitely a defensive approach. If they can nullify Storm Spirit completely, that might be useful. He can't decide whether to pick up the haste or not. He does take it. So they're going to know, because they have that is warded with a sentry.
Well, so they had a sentry, so I don't know.
BBLG. Dragon Tail, he still has Surge available. They're trying to body block him. Soul Assumption.
Soul Assumption too strong.
It is really. It pretty much is.
That's level 6. That's level 6 on Visage already.
God dang. He's gonna pop those familiars.
Prematurely used.
Oh, Storm Spirit runs in. They're going to try to turn it around. Magnus T, though, he's locked down. He's trapped in the cogs. Lifestealer brought down. Yes. Ding has no mana. No Condom has no mana. One more Soul Assumption to do the trick. He doesn't have the mana to pull it off, though. But Spitwad chasing still with that haste rune. Where's the Dragon Tail? He decides not to throw it out. There's the Breathe Fire. No Condom taking some damage from the Dragon Knight. He gets the last hit on him. And Dragon Knight chasing all of KS Dota off. They thought that they could turn it, but instead, now it's a 7-0 game with Alk still free farming.
This Tidehunter is level 4. That is not boding well for them.
Do you think the pick was just not, like, it was a little too speculative for the early game?
I think so, and I think their cores have like conflicting ideas. I see the Storm Bombs, the Naked Storm, that's great, but then they don't have the supports to back that up. They don't have I don't know what would even work. Maybe a Lina or something, like something more aggressive. Jakiro's slow. He's great defensively, but
yeah.
Tidehunter also slow, not an actual disable.
I wonder if it wouldn't have been. I would have loved Puck. I feel like Puck could have done better against DK.
I think Puck was banned. I think that was the smart move by UW.
Well, actually, Puck was banned by KS, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jahordan in a lot of trouble top, but Ding runs out of mana, is able to bring the Alchemist down. If you have to get only one kill on the board, Alchemist is probably a good choice for that.
They want to end this game fast. They're all rushing BKBs.
Yeah, BKB Alch, BKB DK, and God, yeah, that's a lot. It's going to be really tough for KS to do anything at all once those BKBs are up. Tide isn't even 6 yet.
There's also a double-edged sword thing where if you know, not saying they're going to, but if they throw enough fights, the BKBs wear out after getting them so early that they have the team fight to defend their base. But that's just being really optimistic right now,
yeah.
I think.
It's gonna be tough. Spitwad, he has that rank 2 ultimate. Is he the highest level on the map? Yeah, he's actually 1 level higher than
Oh, Lifestealer canceled his TP.
Ooh.
That's a free tower middle.
Ouch.
Because they're going in on top. Oh,
he's actually completely shut down. The wall comes up, but it's not enough to save Lifestealer. Soul Assumption from Strelok will get the last hit there, and this wall won't end up doing much of anything. Oh man, so sick! Not enough for kills, but that actually was really, really crisp positioning.
Very impressive on a hasted Darkseer.
Yeah. So what do you think about this UMAD team? Are they scary?
Yeah, I actually am worried for Altered State.
Yeah, this is pretty good. These are some skills being shown. Laning ability from the Spitwad NA Dota, the sick lanes.
Man, they're getting a lot out of the map, more so than the other team here.
Yeah. Good warding here, aggressive warding placed by UMAD in the jungle. They're going to try to... honestly, they can just go for pickoffs. They don't have those Shadow Blades, but they can try to... They can start fights now, and if KS actually tries to counterfight, it's going to be really tough because they have...
15-minute BKB.
Yeah.
And
DK's is pretty close to 700
DK's
gold.
Very close.
Yeah.
Tidehunter is still level 4.
That's really grim. They have to try to find some farm for this Tide, but it's so hard. The lanes are kind of pushed out, and like, you can't go here.
Yeah, absolutely, you're right. But this Darkseer, I mean, he almost has mech, but their team fight's so predicated on him having level 4 vacuum. It's level 1 right now.
Oh, nice hook shot from GNE. They actually catch Magnus out. He does rage up, but this clock is actually deceptively tanky here. Going to live through this. They're getting the Dragon Tail prep. There's a stun out on the Lifestealer. Are they going to turn this around?
Oh,
nice infest. But GNE walks away from it, and Magnus is forced to flee as fast as he can. There's the Breathe Fire. Will Visage catch him? No, it looks like he'll be able to juke into the trees there. And KS kind of dodges a bullet there. I think you can't afford to have Lifestealer die again at this point.
No, he's back to base though with infest and cooldown, so they might try again in a little bit here. Oh, maybe not. He's back to the jungle.
I mean, they have no mana on Storm Spirit. He's just trying to farm up, although I don't know what he's farming for. It looks like he's almost done with Wand, but you really want to have more on 17 minutes of Storm.
Yeah.
What do you think here, actually? Is there even a point to going Orchid? Do you just go fast BKB?
No, I think he has to get a BKB. I think there's no... They don't have a chance unless he does. Because you're right, Orchid was not... Who are you going to Orchid? Yeah. Like, Clockwork's hooking on you.
Yeah, I don't know.
The other two have BKBs, so...
Yeah. You're right. I mean, the downside of BKB, guys... Oh, man, they're going to do a huge pincer on BBLG here. There's Unstable Concoction. Spitwad chaining it up with the Dragon Tail, and a Breathe Fire secures that kill. 3-0-2 now for DK. 100 gold away from his BKB, and just... UMAD controlling the map. I don't know. Seems pretty grim. So what do you do now as KS? Just try to rush up the BKB on Storm, and that's just try to fight after that?
Again, I think they still have the spells they have will never be bad, I think. Tidehunter is level 5, that's a better sign.
The spells that they are halfway to having.
Yeah, this is where I wish Lifestealer had not gotten a minus, because I think he could have phased drums and been able to fight right now. Yeah. And actually kind of been semi-effective against their heroes.
He has his armlet done, but there's already been like 2 or 3 team fights that Lifestealer has participated in and not had armlet or drums.
And one has to ask, could he have gotten it faster? I don't know.
I mean, definitely Midas doesn't really start to pay itself off. I mean, it does give you extra XP, which is great, but the gold doesn't pay itself off until...
I think he needs drums. 1k HP is not enough. Oh, he's getting hooked here.
Oh,
Tower's gonna get denied too.
Wow,
that was a great infest. That was insane. He popped out of the cogs by infesting.
That's really sick, actually. But will he get completely pincered? His rage is almost run out. They're storing up that unstable. There's Grave Chill. Will they get the concoction off? Strelok actually in a bit of trouble here on this Visage, but not before he manages to land one more hit on the level 6. Oh, Macropire. Swizzlenut's trying to run. They don't have mana for the Ravage, and Tide isn't even XP'd enough for it. No Condom's going to go down again. Unstable Concoction. The wall comes down, but after the fight is already over, BBLG walks away, but in the end, 2 for 1. Actually, not the worst fight for KS Dota, because they keep Lifestealer alive. Like you said, that was a really good infest to get out of that.
Yeah, that mech came just a little bit too late from Darkseer. Or maybe too early, who knows, but...
They don't have any, they don't have any arcane boots, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really bad for Tide. It's like a problem.
Absolutely, and I think you need some for Storm Spirit on your team.
Yeah, I actually think the no arcanes is really hurting them, because Tide's mana pool right now is only 300. And Ravage
he doesn't have enough.
Yeah.
He's like 2 spells and then
he doesn't have enough for his whole combo, A, and if he gets hit by 1 cogs...
yeah, 80... cogs are gonna destroy him.
Actually, once he gets hit by 1 cogs, even from full mana, he can no longer gush and ravage. That's so grim.
Oh, another hate... How many haste runes is that, Spitwad?
They've done a good job of, like, leaving runes for him, too. Like, that rune stayed up for a couple minutes before he walked over and grabbed it. Doesn't manage to kill Storm, but at this point, just had the map control is enough. God, DK has just had a monstrous game. 88 for 12 on last hits. Yeah. Jahordan actually getting hit
going
really
on.
hard.
Oh, pops the BKB.
Wow. He might actually
damage.
die. Nice job of the stun, but will they gush? If they just get the gush after the BKB runs out, where's the gush? They gush him, but is Lifestealer too far?
Is he gonna use it?
Oh no, Lifestealer is dead? No, he actually uses a great armlet infest again. What good control.
No!
Oh no, the unstable!
No, Ravage!
He waited too long, and when he finally uses Ravage, it misses.
He lost Lifestealer, he's dead.
Oh man, the Dragon Tail catching out BBLG. Tidehunter walks away, but I can't say the same for
of all people. Oh wait,
Darkseer? These jukes?
Vision Birds, that's it.
Oh. That's too bad. And they lost Lifestealer too. I mean, he had a really good armlet toggle infest.
That was a severe misplay.
Yeah.
Very greedy with the Ravage.
They should have. I think the Ravage should have just come the instant the
BKB
came
he gave him too much time to regen with the ultimate on. He just like regained his health.
Yeah, that's one of the things about Ulk. Like the longer you chase him, it's not like Bristleback, but it is like he can just turn it around on you. Yeah.
People forget the mana regen too, and he just turns around. You think like you have all his spells are gone.
Yeah. But yeah, no condom. Unfortunately, his first Ravage didn't go the way he planned. They lose 2, they get nothing. UMAD though, you gotta say that was pretty well executed. Scooting that Alchemist out of there, reinforcing with people coming from behind.
That was a great. I mean, punished a humongous dive, but a good punishment either way.
Yeah. I really thought that they at least had Alchemist, but that really long BKB charge was really useful there as well. The full 9 seconds, and he needed every one of those. So that'll be their mechanism, it looks like. No, they don't have mechanism yet, but they're very close to mech. That has been an advantage for KS in the sense that they've had the mech for a while. But they haven't,
not even mattering.
They haven't gotten the fights. Like there haven't been any good 5v5 fights to use it in. Is there any hope for KS here? What do you think?
Yeah, I still say yes, just because, I mean, Vacum's level 3 now. Yeah. They still have Ravage in 30 seconds at least. And like I said before, the BKB is what, 8 seconds?
Yep.
Okay, 10 seconds. So maybe not. Maybe for... But
if
eventually they'll
timing off, yeah. Like, if you get Vac'd before you can activate BKB and he hits Ravage button, maybe. I guess. Magnus, he is going, so Lifestealer has his armlet, and he's going straight into Basher. Is this just a fight to dual Alchemist?
Yeah, I think that is the, correct choice. I would have gone AC if I was ahead, but right now they just need all the lockdown they can get on these BK heroes.
I think they get, oh, what a nice defensive disruption. Holy crap. I think he still dies, but he does use his ultimate on no condom.
I thought he was going to buy time for his team to come, but I guess not.
He did defensively disrupt the gush. He actually didn't take any gush damage, but...
Oh, I did not see that. That is quite impressive.
Really good individual execution from UMAD here. Like, their timings are really
yeah, they have practiced these heroes, which is something I find very... it's admirable.
For sure.
I like the first pick Visage was pretty telling.
Yeah, I mean, teams only first pick Visage when they feel pretty.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I could personally speak. We don't play Visage very often. He's a hard hero to play.
He is. Yeah. The way people play him too, your build has so many other things to click, so you end up with like 10 actives.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Each of your birds has an active, and you have to position them.
Mech, Medallion.
Yeah. Usually, like, I mean, some people go Ags. Atos is actually sick on Visage too. Nobody goes in, but it's sick. He's actually, unironically, Visage is actually one of the best Atos heroes, because you can make sure you land like an extra soul assumption. But yeah, I don't think he'll go that here, but it does give you another thing to click. But yeah, Strelok, he's 5-1-5 on this Visage. That's actually pretty sick.
That's very impressive.
For a StarCraft 2 player, it's not bad.
I mean, he's got the sick micro skills.
That's true. Yeah, but that was, people talked about that all the time when Select was playing, and it didn't pan out, unfortunately.
That ward is the...
Is that in range? No, it's actually not.
Now they can de-ward.
Yeah.
That's a sentry ward.
I think actually the pre-nerf sentry range would have gotten that.
I definitely think so.
Yeah, but then post-nerf, that was actually a huge change that people don't talk about that much. But...
Yeah, it's so hard now. I mean, especially because, I mean, I'm not as practiced as other people, and it's just like such a hard thing to have muscle memory of.
Oh yeah, where to like de-ward? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot, like de-warding is like a lot harder now, especially on Radiant, where like there's so many blocking spots. It's pretty hard to de-ward with like 2 now.
I don't know if that makes the game. I don't know what that does to the game though. I was trying to figure out what that.
I feel like it should make it harder to safe try, but people still safe try all the time. But in theory, it should be because you have less wards. It's harder to de-ward blockings, so you should have like your supports should be starved. I feel like.
I think it also could leave out more observer wards. Period, and then just like it's game stale because everyone sees ganks coming, but.
But then they also nerf the like quantity of observers.
That's true, of observers.
Yeah. I don't know, it's interesting. We'll have to see if it gets changed again with the next content.
Two arcanes now on KS, so that actually might help them.
That's definitely really useful.
Considerably in the next fight.
Yeah. For Tidehunter, he has to have that. Who's the Force on? Oh, Clock.
So we have an AC on Alchemist, and we have a Hyperstone on DK, so I'm wondering if this is a Maelstrom.
That would be sick.
Spitwad, I'm hoping it is.
I haven't seen Thunderhammer DK, and I don't even know how long. But that would be legit.
He pops the DK ulti for this. I'm not quite sure why. It doesn't quite really benefit.
Yeah, the damage over time isn't that useful.
Damage over time, I guess that's true.
But it's not that great. I don't know. They didn't need to, but actually they're getting into a fight, so maybe it will be useful after all. Jacorden already BKB'd up. When's he going to toss the concoction? Oh my god, he brings down Tide quicker than he could possibly ravage. And that's a fight that KS can't hope to win. Magnus gets brought down very quickly. Stormforce to exit the fight. Swizzlenuts gets brought down. They're just chopping through them at an astonishing rate. They really thought that they could get the ravage there, and instead... Oh man, I think the Visage Medallion plus the Acid Spray plus Concoction is what, like 650 damage?
Oh...
Sick Ball Lightning by Storm. They might actually get away here. Yeah, Jacorden just stunning himself. Somebody Steam messaged me, you only get double damage if it actually kills you. On the self-stun.
If it what?
So if the self-stun actually kills you, that's when it does double damage.
Oh, okay.
So in that case where it killed Hvos, that was actually a self-deny, and it splashed onto Hvos for double damage.
I see.
Yeah. That's a weird bug. I have no idea why that would
well, now I'm even more of a fan of it, because that's awesome.
That is awesome.
If you can kill yourself with it, you can do all this damage with it. It's not good.
Now all we need to do is go Armlet Alchemist.
Yeah, or like Bloodstone, I don't know.
Will we get it? I mean, the nice thing about having the... Oh no, the Visage stuns!
God.
Holy crap, you mad with the insane level of execution. The hook shots coming out from GNE. They completely lock the Tide. 2 straight fights where he can't ultimate, and KS getting routed. Jesus. I don't know, man. Any analysis for that last fight? I don't even think you mad. They're too good.
The Dragon Knight and Cogs are really messing with their combo because it's relying on Darkseer to get close enough to vacuum people into the ice path, and
yeah, Magnus caught out with the dragon
stun is too strong. That's a great ice path.
Yeah, it was a good defensive ice path. Ding, he just doesn't have the
There
leverage.
it is!
Ah, he ravages, catches 5. GNE in a bit of trouble. They're going to try to take advantage.
Vacuum wall.
There's the vac wall on top of the ice path, but it's just they have too much health at this point. That was actually a sick combo, but they needed it earlier. BBLG in trouble. Nice 4-staff cogs by GNE. Covers the exits. Even with the vac wall, even with the ice path. Actually, that was really well executed from KS, but they're too behind on levels, I feel. God dang. Think you Mad got this? Probably got the game. Nice kill by Ding there, but
Storm.
they're actually walking on top of the wall. Yeah. That was a bit of a misplay from Shadow Demon. He killed himself on the wall.
Solutions kept dying to the acid spray, and they kept forming a new one, and it just killed him.
Ouch. Because it does damage every time, too. Every time
the Solution dies, and you're still on the wall.
That's so
it's
rough.
another new. There's the Maelstrom.
Sick. Full Mjolnir built by Spitwad, so he's got BKB and Mjolnir, and that's it. But that's really, really, really nice, because the DK is dealing legit damage.
Yeah, I actually enjoy this build. If there's another AC carrier on your team.
And the thing is, even the shield is going to be super useful, because you can just put it on whoever's up front, like if it's the Alchemist, and there's no way that KS can duel that, really. Lifestealer runs the risk if he tries to bash Alk down, and Alk has the Thunder Shield on him. The Jakiro could just die from that.
Yeah, just the splash.
Yeah.
Is Spitwad getting stats instead of leveling up his stun? I mean, I don't mind it.
He has 5 levels in stats. It's pretty manly.
He has 2k HP, so
yeah.
I mean, that's totally fine.
That's an interesting choice. I haven't seen that in a while either. But yeah, I mean, it's only a 1/4 second of stun extra per level. So
yeah.
And it's like a piddling amount of damage as well. They have enough disables, especially with how good.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
But just the fact, I mean, I think that just proves how strong DK is as a hero.
Yeah.
You just don't even need to level that thing, and it's a huge stun.
Oh, Ding, could he get turned around on? Will they have the vision? No,
Oh, self-stun
himself. Defensive ice path place doesn't actually catch anybody.
This is a good spot for them to fight in if they choose to.
They don't have Ravage for 10 seconds. I think that was just no condom saying, dudes, I don't have Ravage. They could have maybe caught.
Still on cooldown.
Yeah.
The cooldown's so long.
2.5 minutes. It's pretty ridiculous. When you consider RP is what, like 100 seconds?
Oh, that tower's gone. Tidehunter needs to not do that.
Uh-oh. Nice Ravage, but doesn't matter. Ding jumps in. Tidehunter immediately down. Ding in trouble as well. Huge unstable concoction once again. There's the wall. There's the Vac and the Macropyre. Dealing a lot of damage, actually, but is it enough? Probably not. UMAD chasing KS back towards their tier 3.
Oh, there's another great ice path.
Yeah, that was a sick hookshot, though, from GNE as well. And Swizzlenuts, the last member of KS, he gets brought down. The GG called with all 5 down. And UMAD, frontrunners? One of the frontrunners, maybe?
Yeah, these guys look scary.
What's your take on this team, so? What's your dossier? Good, what's the good, what's the bad? What would you take advantage of if you were facing them?
You know, it's hard to say from this one game because that was pretty standard as you could be.
Yeah.
From what they played, and I don't know. I can't even like really pinpoint where the game was lost. It's just individually, they're very skilled players.
Yeah. I feel like the lanes. It's really tough to win a game when you can't win any of the lanes. And KS, they lost the Darkseer lane 2 deaths, really early. They lost. I mean. They didn't lose the mid lane until the kill, which came at level 8, but like just the fact that they didn't win the mid lane at all and Storm wasn't able to prevent anything from DK.
Exactly. I think they just got levels in farm where they shouldn't have, and that just
even the clock hit 6 really quick.
The clock was that was just uncontested off lane for an off lane that has no. He can't jungle like Darkseer. He should have been screwed, but he wasn't.
Yeah, but I mean, very well played to UMAD. And Chaos, honestly, they didn't look completely hapless either. There were points at which they could have executed. But in the end, the fast BKBs and the power of NA Dota from Spitwad's sick Quelling Blade DK mid was way too strong.
Quelling Blade DK mid.
It's pretty good. He did really well.
Actually very well. Yeah. And so don't get your stun to level 8, and then you win your lane against Storm.
Yeah, I mean, he knew... The nice thing is he kind of knew that it would be tough for them to roam, I guess.
Yeah, actually, that was exact. I mean, all of his decision making was perfect. So,
yeah. All right, well, that is UMAD versus KS. Not sure what game I'm doing next, folks, but we're probably going to go into It's either going to be game 1 of the losers, or it might be round 2 of the winners, but we'll have to see what happens. Novocaine, thanks, dude. You up for one more, or?
That's actually probably my last one, but thanks for having me on.
That's cool.
And good luck casting with the rest of the tournament.
Neat. All right, dude. Thanks so much, and you should check him out. His team, Altered State, is in this tournament. I don't think you're playing, but your team definitely is. You guys gonna win?
I'm not. Yes, I hope so. They're playing up next against Sires for Dota in the next round. So go cheer. Altered State fighting.
All right, and I also want to thank Tweak for doing the stats. We might have him for another game or two. I'm not sure. I'll have to talk to him about that. But thank you so much for watching, folks. We're going to go up into the next round in just a bit. Again, this is the Steel Series Chicago Dota 2 Open, running today all day, so up until about 8 p.m. Chicago time, so that's 9 p.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Central European time, and then we're going to run the top 6 tomorrow. Stay with us. We'll be into the next round in just a few moments. Thanks, folks. Have a good one.